feel great about being here.
It's a first-class education.
It's a great school.
You learn everything here. Urban planning.
Public policy with a concentration in economics.
Social policy and methods.
Public health.
Green building.
Anti-poverty issues. It's a real dose of reality.
I knew I made the right choice the first day I walked through those doors.
Our students come out of this school and they pursue careers in government, in the nonprofit sector, and in advocacy on the local level, on the state level, on the federal level, and internationally. And in all of these types of positions and at all of those levels, they'll be shaping the world in the decades to come.
This is one of the few places in the country where planning and public policy are brought together as equals. We are unique in having the two disciplines work together and providing a huge array of courses. Ed Bloustein was the 17th president of Rutgers University. He was an extraordinarily effective leader and had an abiding interest in public policy issues. Most recently, the Bloustein School was ranked 3rd among the 105 planning schools in the United States, and our public policy program has just been recently accredited. The Bloustein School has approximately 18 major research and public policy centers and institutes within it. Each of those centers or institutes generates substantial research funding.
I was very interested in coming to the Bloustein School for both my master's and then my PhD. Besides having a great national reputation as one of the best urban planning schools in the country, it has a strong connection to state and local governments, organization, hands-on projects on policy and issues throughout the state.
What I was looking for was a unique place, a place where I felt special, where I felt like I could become more. And then once I began to meet the faculty and the staff, that only added to that feeling, because you really got the feeling here that they cared about what happened to you in your career.
They're extremely invested in their research, but they're also extremely invested in the students. One example of that is my mentor, Roland Anglin. He took me under his wing and he told me the types of things I needed to know to become a better professional. He gave me the tools I needed to start my career.
We attract amazing students, so of course we have incredible alumni. Our alumni have accomplished really impressive things. The first alumni of the program is in the New Jersey State Legislature. We have another alum who was a former Secretary of Labor in Kentucky. Another one is a Vice President of the World Bank. One of our alumni developed a plan for how to maintain security for the utility industry that I think became an international model. This was after 9/11. I could just go on and on and on.
And when students come to the Bloustein School, they begin to understand how things work, how government works, how policies work, how budgets work, how to make real change.
I call it a policy nexus because it has great academics who teach you the foundations that you need in order to be a successful professional, but it also brings in people who are out there in the day-to-day, who are impacting policy and who are making the state work.
We are the perfect laboratory for students to study urban planning, urban transportation, any sort of urban affairs, because we're in the middle of everything. Whether it's suburbs or central city problems, whether it's transportation problems, environmental problems, we've got it.
One of the greatest things that we worked on in this last year was the solar decathlon competition. And this is where the students designed and then actually built a solar-powered house down in Washington, D.C. on the Mall in front of the world. Hundreds of thousands of people saw it. And this house, you can think of it as a template for how we ought to be building houses in the future. It produces more energy than it consumes. And the students took away from this a realization that they can make the world a better place.
I think our students face unprecedented global challenges. I also know that we're preparing them for those global challenges. The curriculum, the experiences that we provide are helping them to become better leaders in the world of public affairs.
A student graduating from the Bloustein School has technology which is constantly updated. The tools, the analytical skills, the personal skills, as well as knowledge to deal with many of the problems that face the United States today in an increasingly competitive global environment. We've had an extraordinary track record in placing students, and many of our students have assumed leadership positions in the planning and public policy world. So I'm confident that we are producing the planning and public policy leaders of tomorrow today.